Hey YouTubers, it's your girl Lila from Lila's Life Adventures. Today I'm here with a special guest, my husband Andrew.
Hi everybody.
AKA Drew Boogie. So he took me on an amazing trip, once in a lifetime, to Egypt. I've always wanted to go. So this is going to be a short 5 to 6 minute video just about the do's and don'ts of going to Egypt and traveling, staying safe, but also having fun, okay? Before we get into it, I want to make sure I give a huge shout out to Hala Ahmed. She was our TripAdvisor tour guide. She took us to all the best food spots, markets. She took us to buy awesome Egyptian cotton towels and bedding and really cool Egyptian items that we took home. Look her up on TripAdvisor on Egypt Royal Tours. You won't regret it. She is amazing. She is actually an Egyptologist. She speaks Arabic and English. She's actually from Giza, so she knows the area very well. If we wanted to hook you up with a hotel accommodation recommendation, definitely look up the Hyatt Regency Cairo West. We don't recommend staying in Cairo because it's about a 40-minute drive to the pyramids. This hotel, you can actually see the pyramids in the distance from the hotel. It's really Americanized. It has all the awesome amenities that Americans love. I wanted to show you a picture of Hala. She took our son all around the pyramids. It was amazing. We love you, Hala.
Yep. She gave us a private tour of a tomb.
She did. She gave us a private tour. Yeah. It was amazing.
Everyone was jealous.
Very, very jealous. She also took us to the famous Khan El Khalili market. At these markets, just to let you know, culturally, all of the vendors, they're going to come at you and ask you to buy things in a very assertive way. There's nothing wrong with it. That's just how they are culturally. Just stay firm on your no if it's not something that you want to purchase, okay? The market is beautiful, especially at night, so just keep in mind that she'll take you there depending on what you're trying to buy and things like that. So we'll get right into it. When you're arriving at the airport, here is some important things you need to know. There is a lot of smoke.
Ooh.
People smoke cigarettes in the airport. I know American airports, we don't smoke. They smoke there. So just keep that in mind. If you have asthma and things like that, make sure you have your inhaler on you. I have asthma, especially with cigarette smoke. I didn't know to bring my inhaler and I forgot it. So I was a little bit regretful. So definitely do that. You need to know that you cannot probably use your credit cards, even if you've already called your bank to tell your bank, hey, listen, I'm going to be in Egypt or I'm going to be traveling internationally. The ATMs there are probably not going to give you money back. And you probably can use your credit card to purchase things, but to get money back, it's very hard to do. Yeah. So it's good for Americans and all travelers to know that little tidbit.
Hala can help you.
Hala will help you.
Yes.
Believe me, if you go to Egypt Royal Tours on TripAdvisor, Hala will help you and give you kind of a workaround so that you can get cash if you didn't bring cash on your trip, okay?
Bring cash.
Bring cash. The other thing you need to know is when you arrive at the airport, make sure you understand that you have to purchase an Egyptian passport. It's around $25 US money. You can buy it at the airport when you're checking in. You show them your airports. We bought them for our family, for our young son as well. You have to know that and be prepared to pay for that when you're there, okay? They do prefer cash, but they will use a credit card if needed, but definitely have cash when you're there. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Wi-Fi access when you're in Egypt. There's none. If you are at a hotel that's a more Americanized hotel like the Hilton or something like that, you are in the hotel and you could probably use their Wi-Fi. If you're just driving around in a taxi with one of your tour guides, you're going to need to buy some kind of SIM card or some kind of Wi-Fi plan. You can buy them at kiosks in the mall. I recommend the Mall of Egypt. It's amazing. There's more than 300 stores there. There's a ice skating rink there. It's amazing.
You can go skiing.
You can. You can go skiing there. They actually have a mini amusement park inside that our son is so excited about. So he loved it. So you need to know that. So if you think you're going to just kind of rent a car or something or just figure out where to go with GPS, You're not.
Yeah.
GPS does not work there. We went in February 2022, and anytime we tried to geolocate where we were, we could not because of our lack of internet access. So it's good for you to know that, so you're not thinking you could just go rogue in Egypt, because you really can't, okay?
FYI, they don't believe in lanes in the road. So,
correct.
You know,
there's not a lot of stop signs. There's not a lot of stoplights. They have a couple, but for the most part, it's kind of like a first come, first serve approach when you're kind of standing in line for, you know, to buy food or to buy tickets for a museum, even just on the road. So just keep that in mind when you're there. You do need a plug adapter. As Americans, we love our awesome modern inventions like blow dryers. My husband loves his shaving clippers. Anything that you need to charge, like your phones, make sure you have a plug adapter, because if you don't, most of the hotels don't have American plugs. So get an adapter. It's super important. We stayed at the Hyatt Cairo Regency West. So it was really cool because we just had our USBs for our phones. So we were able to charge them, which was super convenient. But in regards to just having regular plugs, even the American hotel didn't have regular plugs. So please bring an adapter, okay?
Well, we also bought an adapter at the mall.
We did. The Mall of Egypt, we got an adapter. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The next funny little thing that you need to know, and I know this is going to seem a little bit odd, and we told you earlier to bring cash, and this is one of the many reasons to bring cash. When you were out at the museums or just at the pyramids or whatever, put toilet paper, and I'm not joking, you're going to laugh, put toilet paper in your backpack or your purse or whatever you're doing. The reason I'm saying this is, and you have to bring cash too, the public facilities, you have to pay for them, whether you're on a Nile cruise, whether you're in a museum, it doesn't matter where you are, you have to pay for them with cash. And the person that you're paying, the bathroom attendant, is going to give you about how many slices of toilet paper?
3 squares. And you better make it work.
So we highly recommend, as American tourists who like those modern conveniences, please bring at least 1 roll of toilet paper with you. Believe me, you'll thank us later.
Yeah.
The next thing you need to remember, like I mentioned before, if you are a person that has respiratory issues, or if you have asthma like I do, please keep in mind, you're in the desert. There's lots of desert dust. There is a lot of smog in Egypt. Many of the cars are older, so the smog that's there is a lot thicker than what you would see in the U.S. And then there's a lot of cigarette smoke wherever you go, whether you're in the hotel, the restaurant, it doesn't matter where you are, the airport, people smoke there. So if you have respiratory issues, I highly recommend, I'm going to emphasize this, bring your inhaler. I did not. As I mentioned before, you're going to go places and hear price haggling. It's normal. Just be firm on your no, okay? People are going to want you to buy some of their items, their bracelets, their different Egyptian artifacts and things. Actually, our tour guide Hala took us to an amazing place where we got some really cool papyrus things and some necklaces that we wanted. So definitely make sure that you're supporting those local stores in Egypt. They live off tourism, most of them, so you want to make sure that you're supporting them as much as possible, okay? The highlights of Egypt, you have to do this. I wanted to make sure I emphasize this. See the pyramids, but see them at night. This is just one picture, we have many, of me and my son. It was a little cold, it was about 55 degrees, but it was the most magical thing you've ever seen at night to see the pyramids. We saw them during the day as well, but seeing them at night, honestly, was just an extra little, it was an extra little bonus. It just gave you so much more magic. It felt like you could be on a magic carpet ride, to be honest. I know that sounds cliche, but, you know, it was very, very magical. Did you love it at night?
I loved it. It wasn't something I expected, and it was all lit up, and it just didn't seem real. Like, I couldn't believe we were there.
I was literally in tears.
Yeah.
Legitimately in tears. The other thing you need to know is that you will see real mummies when you go to the museums. You're going to see real mummies. We had a chance to see the King Tut. Not his mummy, but his sarcophagus, which was so ornate and gorgeous. There are more than 20 mummies, I think, at the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. It's a newer museum. Our tour guide Hala took us. She's amazing. We love her. Highly recommend that. Pyramids at night. Definitely do a camel ride if you can, or a horse chariot ride. It was pretty amazing. So that's it for our video. Please like and subscribe. Lila's Life Adventures is always posting new fun family trips and adventures to inspire others. So make it a great one, YouTubers, and have a good one.